Wet cutting should always be used with this power cutter. Both the blade and the drive mechanism need to be cooled by water. Pull out the choke if the engine is cold, and set the throttle to the starting position. Press in the decompression valve. Once the engine starts up, push in the choke. Start and quickly press the throttle control to release the starter throttle catch. Always begin cutting by first making a guide cut along the board, deep enough so that the water disc enters about 1 centimeter or half an inch into the block. This guide cut will then lead the blade to its full cutting depth. Now use the step cutting technique by increasing the depth by about 5 centimeters or 2 inches every time. If you try to cut to the full depth immediately, it will take longer and cause unnecessary wear on the blade and machine. It is very important that the blade is not twisted in the groove. A cut that was not straight from the beginning can never be straightened out by twisting or turning the machine. What happens is that the blade and the transmission are subjected to incorrect loads, which in the worst case may lead to the blade breaking. When you make a vertical cut, begin the guide cut from the bottom and work upwards. This is the best method of getting a straight cut. Once you have made the guide cut, increase cutting depth by about 5 centimeters or 2 inches. Start at the top and cut downwards. This is the most comfortable method. When cutting freehand, do as follows. Make the guide cut from the bottom up. This gives you a clear view from the blade to the marking in the concrete block. After you have made the guide cut, start at the top and work your way down. Here we show you a method where you can cut at full depth immediately after the guide cut. Then you should move the machine back and forth while cutting. This method can naturally only be used when cutting in thin materials, and you do not need to use the blade's full cutting depth.